The energy's coming back, baby. I feel the juices fluctuating from my balls to my chest already. I'm starting to feel like myself again. And feeling like myself, I got a hybrid fragrance fresh out of the mailbox that is a mixture of two Chanel fragrances that are legendary. These two fragrances have been worn by people for decades individually. But what happens if you blend them together, and do they work harmoniously? Who knows? Let's roll my motherfucking music so we can check out this hybrid, I guess?
I'm kind of a big
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. I'm still a little bit hoarse. I'm still a little bit out of it. I'm kind of high, a little delusional, but who cares? You know, we continue with the show. That's what we do. Daddy likes to entertain, so that's what Uncle Cuba's gonna do. So I got a fragrance in that I ordered from Dua just because it's a hybrid of two Chanel fragrances. If you guys know anything about Chanel fragrances, damn near impossible to get on the gray market. Why? Because Chanel be suing everybody. But in this case, it's a combination of two fragrances. So it's a combination of Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche and Chanel Allure Homme Al Extreme. So just, that's a fucking mouthful. I had to just like, whoa. The Dua hybrid doesn't make the name any easier. This one is called His Intense Aspiration Sport Bianca Extrait de Parfum. Come on now, really? Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've honestly never spoken about Chanel Allure Eau Extreme on my channel. But it's never been a fragrance that individually captured my attention. It hasn't always been one that really like blew my doors off. Not that it's been bad, but I never found the need to have it in my collection. And to be honest with you, that was several years ago, right? Maybe at this point in my life, if I revisit it, maybe I'll feel differently, but that's just the way that I felt, and I've never owned a full bottle of it. Now, Edition Blanche is a different story. I think that one is a fucking absolute gem. It's like a summertime staple. It's beautifully citric. It's bright. It almost has a little bit of a creamsicle vibe, only more on the lemony side, and it's always been a gem. So when you take these two fragrances of Eau Extreme and Blanche and mix them, what are we trying to get here? I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna test it out on a test strip and see if these two combinations work. Do they smell harmonious? Do they smell like two separate fragrances trying to be blended together? Or does it all cohesively come together and smell like one fragrance? We shall see. Let's see if my nose has, you know, redeemed itself a little bit, and see if all the receptors are firing at the same time. Okay, it's actually a little extra tart. Almost sour orange. Really slowly creepingly up is that Madagascar vanilla. And there's hints of sandalwood kind of just lingering on the top, along with that sour kind of bitter orange sensation. It smells a little bit of a mess on paper. So let me try it on skin and see if it smells a little bit better. I'll do 2 sprays, and I usually don't do 2 sprays, but my nose is just, it's recuperating from a lot of fucking damage. I'm saying, I'm not talking about like, you know, off a glass countertop or anything. Still a little bit harsh off the skin. Still get that bitter orange. The vanilla is coming up. Also a little bit of like a vetiver vibe also peeks through. There's a decent amount of spice, like a freshly cracked peppercorn sensation here. The vanilla is also there, followed along with that peppercorn sensation. Very bright, very warm weather vibes. Smells like a summer's night, comfortable, casual kind of fragrance that you can possibly wear into the fall. To my nose, it smells like Eau Extreme seems to be a little bit more dominating. I do get the citrus components of the Blanche, but it seems like the Eau Extreme is the dominator. So if Eau Extreme is your vibe with like a heavier punch of sour citric notes with vanillic nuances, this might be your jam. For me, it doesn't blow me away. Why? Because I'm not a huge fan of Eau Extreme. I love Blanche, but the Blanche here is kind of supplemental to the Eau Extreme. Now, when smelling it, the harshness has completely reduced itself. They are trying to cohesively mesh together, but the Eau Extreme really seems to take its supremacy over the Blanche. It's not a bad fragrance. It doesn't blow me away, to be honest with you. Once again, it all goes back to my kind of like okay factor for Eau Extreme. Eau Extreme has a huge following, and with good reason. It is a nice fragrance, but not everything is for everybody. So for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, this one particularly is about a 5 8. It's not a bad fragrance. It has a real cool, sporty, light, summery type vibe, but it's not a ball sprayer for me, unfortunately. But if you like the combination and the thought process behind Eau Extreme and Blanche, that hybrid, I say why not? Shout out to Dua for sponsoring this video. I'll put a link in the description. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart, and we'll see y'all bitches next time. You know what it is? Biggest in the game. Smooches.
Cubaknow, 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 Cubaknow. What's fresh? Who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.